going to do a video about how to take care of rats, because a lot of people misunderstand them and everything, and yeah. So first things first, if you do want to get a rat, you gotta make sure you have enough room, because literally they take up so much space. What are you doing? This is Snickers, by the way. She is my eldest rat. She's hooded. She's giving me kisses, but she's a hooded rat. I don't remember what exact breed she's called, but she is a hooded. She's tan. She's hooded. And she likes giving me kisses. Okay. Anyways, so first things first, you gotta make sure you have enough room, because the cage I have for them is like, wait a second. Okay, it goes up to about here on me, and it's on wheels, by the way, on the ground. Come here. And it's about this wide. And it's about, that's the width. So it's pretty big. It takes up a lot of space. Anyways, so you gotta make sure you have enough space for them, because they love to run around and they get pretty big. On average, rats will grow about 6 inches in length, and their tail can grow just as long as them. And clearly they have to have their tail, so yeah. Rats are also escape artists, so you have to make sure that you have the right cage for them, and you have to make sure that you modify the cage. If you have the right one, but it's just like not perfect, you need to make sure that you can modify it and everything, and do a little bit of research, okay? Because before I got my rats, I did a bunch of research just to make sure that I would have enough room, and make sure that I knew what I was talking about and what I was doing with my rats. So first things first, raising rats. So the first thing you need to know is about food and water, because clearly rats need food and water to live, like all normal creatures. Oh, she almost fell. Oh my god, stop it. You scared me. You're so lucky I caught you. Okay, anyways, she's going back inside of her cage. And so are you, Eleanor. I love you, but go back in your cage. Alright, anyways. So, my rats do not eat bagged rat food, because bagged rat food has a lot of grains in it, and rats should not be eating a lot of grains. They should be eating very little grains. Like, grains should be like a snack to them. They still need grains, but a very small portion of grains in their diet. And their diet should mainly consist of fruits and vegetables, and they're also omnivores, so some meats here and there. They cannot eat red meat. They cannot eat raw squash, raw corn, raw pretty much anything. You guys can find a list. It's easier to tell you what they can't eat than what they can eat, because they can eat a lot of things. Actually, I have a list right here, so let me just read this to you. So, they cannot eat raw peanuts, raw corn, raw squash, raw beans, still green bananas. The bananas have to be yellow for them to be able to eat them. Alfalfa, Brussels sprouts, blue cheese, poppy seeds, and red meats. So, see, it's a small list, and it's pretty easy to, make sure that you're feeding them the right stuff. But, yeah, you should not feed them food from a pet store, because that food has, almost all grains in it, and whereas they can eat it, they shouldn't eat it. Next is the water. They should be getting bottled water, because water from a sink that is not filtered has things that can actually give the rats cancer. So you don't want to give them water from the sink, you want to give them bottled water. Like, I have a couple big gallons, big gallons of water, bottled water, specifically for my rats. So that's what you need to know about their diet. Now, about their living space. So, of course, rats need a home, a cage, something to live in, right? And pet stores always put them inside of tanks. You should not put your rat inside of a tank, because not enough air gets into the tank for them, and they can get severe respiratory infections. and it can actually end up killing them. So you should get them a cage. And rats like to climb, so you gotta make sure it's a nice big cage, and the fact that they're gonna be a foot each, pretty much, yeah, you should get a pretty big cage. And why I say they is because rats cannot be alone. They will get depressed and they will die. You have to get 2 rats together. I have 6 rats, 3 males and 3 females. The females live in my room and the males live in my playroom, which has my lizards as well. But they have to stay separated. One of my rats was misgendered when I got it. They said it was a female, but his balls just hadn't dropped. You know, he did not go through that puberty. So, we found out once he started trying to make the babies that he was a male, and we had to quickly get him into a different cage and get him a buddy, because he would get depressed and die, and if they stay in the same cage, they will reproduce like rabbits. And yes, you can fix rats, but I don't really see the point. Because male rats that are not fixed will get really aggressive with male rats that are fixed. And it's a lot, and I'm pretty sure that you can only, fix male rats and not female rats. You might be able to fix female rats, but I haven't heard of any cases where they fix female rats, so I wouldn't rely on that. So yeah, they have to live together. That's why I have 3 females in here and my 3 males in the room beside me, because you know, you gotta have them multiple. If you want to know all the types of rats I have, go check out all of my 13 animals videos. Rats are really sweet animals, and a lot of people buy them specifically so that they can feed them to the reptiles. But they're actually really good pets. They learn really easily. Like, I've already taught all of my rats their names. Snickers, what are you doing? This is Snickers. And literally, if I go up to the cage and I go, Snickers, she'll come right to me. And she'll get right on my hand and everything. And they're very sweet creatures. But you cannot rely on them socializing with you above them socializing with other rats. They have to have other rats with them, no matter how much playtime you give them. And rats need about an hour of playtime a day, which means you're going to waste an hour or so a day playing with your rats, because they have to have playtime. Which is why I don't really play with them, because I don't have little... Ow, why are you nibbling on my ear, Eleanor? But I don't have a playpen for them, so their playtime is running around on me. So, yeah. But, yes, rats need a lot of playthings and a lot of things to chew on because they are rodents and their teeth are constantly growing. And females, oh, that felt weird. Okay, females are a lot more hyper than males. Hi, Cosmo. Sorry, my dog went out of my room. I gotta let him out. But anyways, yeah, they have to have a lot of things to play with because the females are really hyper all the time, and so they need a lot of things to play with, a lot of things to chew on, places to hide because they love burrowing. Like, I have this tunnel right here, and I got my 3rd female is in here, actually. Come out. See, there she is. I have this tunnel, and they love burrowing in it. I also have a little pineapple home for them, a hammock, a bunch of boxes. Hi. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Kind of bye. Wait, do you have Brie out?
No, go. Anyway, sorry, that was my little sister giving me a Reese cup. But, yeah. They also cannot have chocolate or alcohol or any of that stuff. Sorry, I just remembered that randomly. But, yeah, so they're really hyper. They need a lot of things to chew on and to play with. And, yeah. But they're really sweet. Oh, God, I'm getting kisses. Okay, they're really sweethearts, and I know that a lot of people think that their tails are weird. I think they're really cute. Look at your tail. Ow! Eleanor! She keeps biting my ear. But, yeah, so rats are really sweet animals, and I would suggest them over a mouse or a hamster because they do live longer, and I mean, they're harder to take care of, but I think it's worth it, to be honest. They're a lot funner than mice and hamsters. So, trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, they need to have baths because they will get really stinky, and you guys don't want that. So they have to have baths. I use oatmeal dog shampoo, and I just wet them down, scrub them with that, rinse them off, and then put them back in their cage so that they can cuddle with each other and dry off and warm up. So, yeah, you should let them get in the bathtub on their own, but no rats like baths. So, yeah, you should also get gloves because if not, you get that. Scratches all over you because their claws are really sharp. But yeah, they need baths. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, you need to clean their cage at least, I don't know. I do it every other day. I'll clean out their cage, you know, make it all nice. You can litter train them, but you can only litter train them to poop, so there's not really that big of a reason to, since they'll only poop and then you'll have pee everywhere anyway. So my rats are not litter trained. They just poop wherever they want to. What are you two doing? But yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah. I hope that this informed you if you guys want to pet rats. Hope this informed you a lot about the care of them and everything. And this also encouraged people who wanted to get rats to get rats. My rats are still babies. They're only a few, I think my eldest are a few months old. My youngest are like a month or a few weeks old. They're not very old at all, but, yeah. So if this really informed you on that, and I'll be making a video on how to care for bearded dragons. Here. My next video should be how to care for bearded dragons, because they also require a lot of care, and a lot of people, you know, they don't understand all the things that bearded dragons need. Anyways, I hope that this helps you guys out a lot, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and comment down below any questions you guys still have about rats. I will be responding to comments